Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Johanna and welcome to my cozy book space. So for today's reading vlog, we're going to be reading For the God's Sake by Rory L. Scott. I did receive an ARC for this, but this book is already out. It came out January 4th. It is available on KU. It is available on Amazon for a paperback if that is what you want. I love this series by this author. It's the Tempt the God series. I do recommend for you to read the previous books before you read this third book, just because the plot is interconnected, but each book follows a different couple and each book has different tropes. So if you guys want to see my thoughts and my review for the God's Sake, then just keep on watching. Okay, so for a quick little update on For the God's Sake by Rory L. Scott, I am actually 23% of the way in. I am on chapter 8, but I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update. I started this like last week, and the self-control that I had to literally put on myself to not binge read this book and like actually update you guys, somebody needs to give me an award, okay? Somebody needs to give me a trophy, give me a gold star, whatever it is. Somebody needs to give it to me because I did that. I literally paused at the 23% mark because I needed to update you guys. So we basically have our hero Adrian and our heroine Reina. First of all, I love Reina's name. Reina is just a name that I've always loved in romance books, and it is just perfect. Adrian we've met in past books, as well as Reina. We've met Reina as well in past books, but not as much as Adrian. Adrian, he is one of the friends of the previous heroes. He is the son of Zeus. He's Lord Jupiter. I'm not gonna lie, the whole like Greek myth names and houses and all that, it gets confusing for me, but like I also don't take the time to learn it. I just go into the book, so it might not be as confusing to you guys. But yeah, so he is the son of Zeus, and he is basically the reason why there's so much unrest, and that unrest between the humans and the gods is part of the ongoing plot in all of these books. That's why I recommend to read the first book and the second book first before you move on to the third book. We have Adrian, who is trying to solve this unrest between the humans and the gods, and he proposes a fake relationship with Reina, who is basically a wealthy socialite. She is a beautiful woman who does a lot of charity work. She connects well with humans, and she is a human herself. She does not have any like godly powers like Adrian does, and she is just a kind-hearted soul. She helps out the less fortunate. So Adrian proposes a fake relationship with her because she is all those things, as well as because he thinks that he can connect with the humans by being with her and having the humans see her with him and give him more of a human-like appearance, or like he's basically saying like, I'm just one of you guys, and having the humans be okay with the gods again, if that makes sense. Sometimes I feel like I'm doing such a poor job of describing these things, but bear with me, okay? So what Adrian gets out of this, he wants to find out who the culprit of this whole ongoing plot is and help the humans and the gods connect once more. So that is why Adrian proposes this fake dating to Reina, and Reina ends up actually agreeing because she's going to benefit by using Adrian as a bargaining chip with her father. Her father has been hounding her about taking over the company, but Reina refuses to run this company because her father doesn't have the best practices, and she wants to change those, but her father isn't allowing her to, and she refuses to run this company until her father says, okay, you can make these changes. Reina thinks that if she is dating Adrian, her father hates the gods. It's not that he hates the gods, but he knows that he will never be one of them, so he's jealous of them, I guess you could say. If she breaks up with him, he will allow her to make these changes to the company. So this is why they are both doing this fake dating. That is essentially the characters, a little bit of the plot. I can't go too much into depth with the plot because it'll just kind of spoil some of the stuff from previous. Honestly, I'm in it for the relationship. The relationships are always the main reason why I love this series, because they're so good. The author just does such an amazing job of making you feel for these characters and believe in these characters, and they're so relatable. And I will say the hero, Adrian, he already has me in a chokehold. Like, what can I say? He is possessive, he is protective, and he's a god, and he has all of these godly attributes, and his power is lightning. The way that we we see how much he values control in the way that Reina makes him lose that control, and the way that we can see it in his eyes and his body language, in the lightning, that power that revolves around him. It is just so good. I love it so much. And then we have our heroine. She is just so relatable, and she is so funny. She is just everything that you see in a badass woman, and she is just kind and beautiful, and I love her as well. As for the part that I'm at, they actually just left this gala, but prior to that, like the whole Adrian propositioning Reina, that was so good. And the way that they are slowly introducing the relationship to the public, the way the public is just so into the gods and like seeing this relationship play out, and we as the readers see it play out as well. And this book has already had me giggling, kicking my feet, just screaming. I am literally annotating my ebook because I am reading it on KU. Even though I didn't have the ARC, I decided to read it on KU, you know, because of the pages and whatever. Highlighting left and right. I'm leaving little notes. So good. The forced proximity is so good. We just see our characters together a lot of the time. And again, they did go on a fake date to a restaurant. That whole scene it was so good. There's just been so many moments where I'm just like so giddy, like the way their hands brush and the way he looks at her, and like the kisses on the forehead, the kisses on the temple, the way he leads her. Literally, it's the little things. I think that's why Rory, you do the damn thing. I love it so much because I see those little details, and like I literally died. And I will say, one of my I don't know if it's a trope, but I love when in romance books, when the hero sends the heroine a gift, and it's usually like the outfit that they want them to wear to a date or an outing. And that happens in this, and it was so good. And like the details in the clothing, and just the details and the way that the hero reacts, and oh my gosh, it's so good. I'm just loving it. The tension is building. I can't wait until they literally explode. All I'm saying is I am loving it so far, and now that I've given you this update, I can read again. So the part that I had left off, they had left this gala, which I also loved seeing because it was very strategic on their part for the plot's sake. The ending ended where like Adrian got some news that's gonna hit the news, but he got it before, of them saying some like bad things about him. And I loved seeing Reina's protective side come in, and how she is feeling protective over Adrian. And I will say that I love that Reina is a jealous girly, because same, I would be too. She like tries to rein it in because she's like, this is fake, and I just also love that with fake dating, because you know it's not fake, but it's not, you know? And I just be eating it up. But yeah, her jealous side comes out, and I was just so here for it, because I was like, yeah, literally me too. And we do see a lot of like other gods and like their powers and traits and stuff, and we do get to see, I believe his name is Sebastian, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna be the hero from the next book, but I don't know how that's gonna play out. But anyways, I'm loving Adrian, I'm loving Reina, I'm loving them together, and I'm loving the pace and the progress of this book. I don't feel lost. I'm entertained. I'm here for a good time. I'm here for the romance, and this is what I'm getting. Anyways, I literally wrote down notes. I was like, I need to hit these points, okay? Because I am loving this, and I want to make sure I'm giving you guys thorough updates, okay? I am excited because I'm going to read some more, and I do want to get B-roll of me reading, just so you guys can see the absolute mayhem of me literally reading one of Rory's books, because I die. I literally die. I'm going to go ahead and read a little bit more, and I will update you guys at the 50% mark. Hi friends, so I'm in the middle of my makeup and I figured why not update you guys on For the God's Sake. I did read last night when I went to bed up to like 42%, woke up in the morning, read about for an hour, so I got to the 50% mark and I wanted to update you guys. I am loving this. So after what had happened prior where he had gotten that upsetting news, there has been further developments. There was like a scene where Reina gets mad at Adrian and I ate it up. I ate it up. Just because she is so me when I'm mad. Because they have this fake relationship going on. So they are like, this isn't real, this is real, this is not real, this is not real. When Adrian pisses Reina off, she is like, I need to act like how he's acting. She said, I need to match his energy. And so she does, and they don't see each other for like 4 days until they have to go to this like gala that Reina's family hosts. And Adrian is supposed to go because obviously appearances and they're supposed to be dating. Right when he pulls up, he notices right away that something's off and he asks her what's wrong. And of course she's like, nothing. Like, are you ready? Like, let's go. It's just so relatable. Like, that is so me. But I loved the way that Adrian handled the situation. Like, that is what we want, right? For a guy not to give up and to like tease you about it and like to just get it out of you, you know what I mean? And so he ends up apologizing, and I will say like the banter between them, like the conversations, they're just so fun and it just flows so easily, and I'm just having the best time. So after they like kind of get over that, they do this gala, and it was like the perfect scene. Rory, I know what you're doing, girl. I know. Where Reina's ex was there. There's a little jealousy moment. There's a little, not me dropping my brush. There's a little like back and forth with Adrian and the ex, and then what follows after that. It was so good. Like, if you guys love jealousy scenes where, I mean, it's handled well, definitely read this book because it has one of those, and it was just so good. So after that, they kind of have a moment, a little spicy little moment. Yeah, what part did I stop at? Because that scene short-circuited in my brain, I will tell you that. I think I stopped reading right after, because that's like, it got right to the 52% mark, I think. That's my little update. It's going great so far. I am really enjoying it. And low-key, I am glad that I'm taking my time with it. That way I can just annotate to my heart's content. I can read and like thoroughly enjoy it, and just all of those things, you know? I can't wait to read more. I'm so excited. I just know that past this 50% mark, we about to get into it, girl. We about to get into it. We about to see more of Adrian and his powers and like how he is in bed. And I'm just ready for it. I'm ready. I'm gonna go ahead and finish my makeup, and I will update you guys when I reach the 80% mark. No, him? For real? Yes, queen. Oh, that's funny. I just finished this chapter, and I did not think that it was going to be the person that was orchestrating all of this mayhem to be the person that it was. I'm just so shook by it. But now, like, I don't know, but at the same time, Rory, she might be doing something like making him a villain for the 4th book to be like, I think it's going to be between the villain, I don't want to say who it is because it's a spoiler, but like it's gonna be the villain with Adrian's sister maybe, because when Reina had brought up the sister, he like immediately shut it down, and I was like, I don't know, you guys, like I'm intrigued. When she finally made it back home, Adrian was waiting for her, so I'm about to read that. I have to record because I already know this chapter is gonna be so good. I'm already fucking dying.
Ever since I left your crib yesterday, trying to work but it's hard to concentrate. Gotta clear my
Not me updating after every chapter. Yeah, I love this book. So obviously Adrian was pissed, and I just love the way that Reina like carries herself and like the things that she did and all the things that she kept. Like it's the little things, and then just being in Adrian's head about how he felt hurt that she would possibly like betray him. Dude, I just be eating it up. I cannot be recording myself reading every single chapter, so I'm going to just keep reading until I am at the 80% mark, or if I have anything else to say between now and then, but I will update you guys later.
But the truth is, I just wanna come back. Your perfume still lingers on me.
Period.
Taste of your lips, sweet like honey. Have you every morning, my medicine? Drop me a pin. I'ma see you in 10.
Hold on. Get me together, please.
Run it back in overtime. I'ma beat it up for another round. Run it back in overtime. OT baby, let's go crazy. Scoreboard always easy.
The mouth on this man, like, he doesn't say much, but when he does, it's over. It's over. The hand placement. Yo, I can't breathe sometimes. I can't breathe. Okay, so I have officially made it to the 20. Bruh, my brain short-circuiting. I have officially made it to the 80% mark, 82. I don't know why it's always 82. It's just because of the chapters. I'm loving this. I love Reina and Adrian so much together and like so much individually. We were leading up to this like possible like third act breakup, but I liked how Rory kind of flipped it. And then the scene that followed after that was like, she knew what she was doing. Had me a giggling mess. But I will say, because we were leading up to this like little third act breakup, I was like, oh no, she's gonna do the thing that most, you know, couples in books do, about how they are going to let the person go to protect them in the long run or whatever. And then the thing that had happened with Lucas and Daphne, which also, by the way, I always love seeing the previous couples in the newer books. It low-key just makes me want to go back and reread their stories. To be honest, I need to go back and reread the first book in the series like ASAP, because that book is just always just gonna be magical for me. But yeah, I loved how she flipped it. I love how smart Reina is, and I love her personality and like how she is frustrated and it leads into like anger and like the jealousy. It's like so good. It's so spot on. And I really love the way that Adrian really just did not let her leave him, because he knew something was up, and he was like, no, like, I'm not gonna let you leave me. And then because of that, then they like, that thing happened and they kind of resolved it. And then the way that it got flipped, and Adrian was like, oh well, now I have to protect her, and he was trying to push her away, and she was like, absolutely not. She was like, how would you like it if I was trying to get with somebody else, all this stuff? And he was like jealous, and then her picturing it made her like, she was trying to make him jealous by thinking about her with someone else, but then she started thinking about how, what if he was with somebody else, and that made her jealous. And I was like, bro, me as fuck. And he was like, what did I tell you about getting jealous? She was like, not to do it in public. And then steamy scene, I was like, it's so good. So yeah, anyways, that's the part that I'm at. We've also obviously gotten like plot developments, like earlier how I told you guys about how we had learned who was behind all the conspiracy. I was shook. I will say I was shook. I don't know what she's doing with that. I think I have like an inkling, but I could also be wrong. She made a post today about like, you don't read this post if you haven't finished For the God's Sake, which I haven't. So I was like, instantly skip. I'll come back to it after I finish reading it. But I want to see how it's going to play out. I have a feeling like I know, but like also like I could just be making shit up. But I'm just enjoying it so much. And I did love seeing that scene with Reina and her father and how he like apologized to her and like she ended up getting her end of the bargain. So yeah, overall just great. I think the pacing is great. Plot has me hooked. The relationship has me giddy. I'm just overall loving every aspect of this book and I'm excited to see how it ends. My next update will most likely be when I finish this book because I am at the 80% mark. I'm gonna read the last 20%, come back and give you guys my final review, which by this point something has to go terribly wrong for me to give it such a low rating or anything, which I highly doubt. And with my reactions and my overall updates while I'm reading this, I think it's pretty obvious what I'm going to be giving it, but I just can't wait to see how this gets resolved. And I know there's going to be a sneak peek on what the next book is going to be, so I'm super excited. I'm done rambling. I will talk to you guys after I finish For the God's Sake. Hi guys, I have finished For the God's Sake by Rory L. Scott and I ended up giving it a 5-star rating. I just loved the heck out of this book and I might be, and I probably am, a little biased because Rory is a friend of mine and I love her and I love her books and this world that she has created. I just binged the last 20% last night. I really did. What more can I say about this book? Because I don't want to spoil it, but I do want to say that I guessed it right. Rory, I literally like read your brain. I knew what you were doing with this. I was so shook about who it was behind this conspiracy, but I was like, she did that for a reason. And like I was picking up the clues and I was like, she's gonna give me this villain romance and I am so ready. I am so ready. I can't be any more ready. As for the romance, I really loved it. It got a little hairy right there in the end, but you know, it pulled through and I liked how we had that little bit of a flashback moment regarding with like the fates and stuff, and everything just came together so well and I just had the best time, as you guys saw. And I just love Reina, and I think out of all of her female characters, out of all of her heroines, I think I am most like Reina, so I couldn't help but like love her because I understood her. Out of all the heroes, I think I love Adrian the most just because he was so compatible with Reina. Like he would be like husband, like that is my husband, you know what I mean? Like Dominic and Lucas, they can be like my side things, they're my boyfriends, but Adrian, he's my husband. 5 stars. I'm gonna go ahead and write my review on Goodreads and post on my socials. If you guys loved watching this reading vlog, hope you guys see this video and watch it and see just my overall enjoyment of this series and this book in particular and decide to jump into the series. I think it will definitely be worth your time and it is so fun and so entertaining and I just love it so much. I need to go back and reread the other books. Like every time I finish one of her books, I say the same thing because I just love being in that world, but like there's so many books and so little time. Definitely pick up the first book so you can get to the 3rd book and see what I'm talking about. I'm excited for the 4th book. I read the little bonus first chapter of the 4th book and I'm ready. I'm so ready. Let me know down below if you've added this series to your TBR or if you've already read this series and what your thoughts are. I would love to know. And if you don't want to let me know any of that, then go ahead and leave me a lightning bolt down below in the comments. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.